Our next guests are committed to bringing together artists, composers, and performers of all kinds to create events that bond the Houston community through creative arts. Here with details are Dawson White, Executive Director of Musiqa, and Austin Lewellen, Managing Director of Kinetic Ensemble. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, we were talking, a lot of stuff goes on during the commercial breaks, right? We were just saying how, there was this big emphasis for a while there, STEM, and then someone went, no, STEAM. Arts got put back in there because they realized the value of arts and how it challenges the brain.
Exactly. I think it's that collaboration that's really important. And even in Musiqa, we work a lot with across disciplines and even into science.
Yeah. All right. So you grew up playing an instrument.
I did.
And
viola.
Viola, begrudgingly, or it was something that you just ran to?
I ran to it because in 5th grade I saw this concert and I saw a black viola. And it was mysterious. I didn't know what it was. I only knew about the violin and the cello. And so the next year I told my parents, I have to play the viola.
And that's where exposure matters. I saw the Boston Pops and I saw James Galway playing the flute. And I was like, Mom, I have to play the flute.
Yes.
That's how that happened for me. Austin, you played what and how that happened for you?
I play the double bass, and I grew up in a family of musicians. My parents are musicians, my grandparents are musicians, and I knew music was what I wanted to do. But it took 5 or 6 instruments until I found one that I actually liked.
Ooh. You started with what?
Violin, piano, cello, trombone, and then eventually bass.
And eventually, what was it about the bass that attracted you? Because that's not the common one, right?
It's not the common one, and mostly it was that I didn't hate practicing it.
Oh.
I really liked the work, and I knew I could do something in the future with it.
Yeah. Well, obviously, both of you knew that you were going to do something in the future with music. You love music that much. Tell us about what Musiqa is. How did it come about, and what's its purpose?
Yeah, so in 2002, there was a group of Rice Shepherd School of Music composer faculty who realized there was a problem in Houston. And that problem was there's no home for new music, for newly composed classical music. So they joined as a composer.
Typically when you say the word classical, everyone always goes right back to like all the original stuff, right?
I even hesitate to say classical because our vision goes to Beethoven, right? Or these types of things. But this form of music is living and breathing, and there was no home for it. So they created Musiqa as a composer collective. And so it's led right now by Dr. Tony Brandt, our artistic director. And what we do is we inspire audiences through the convergence of music paired with another art form.
And when you say the Shepherd School, people who are not aware, that's like as good as it gets with musicians, at Rice University. And I know Richard Brown.
Richard Brown, yes, of course.
Who was a great professor there as well. All right, the Kinetic Ensemble, explain what it is, how it came about, and its purpose.
Of course. Kinetic Ensemble is Houston's Billboard chart-topping unconducted string orchestra. We have a commitment to amplifying diverse, underperformed, and newly composed classical music, a lot like Musiqa, and we do so through string ensemble performances.
So now I know why there's a collaboration going on here, right? And I love there's a quote in here that you made where you oftentimes you don't want people to go sit in the dark and watch something and then clap, and that's their whole experience. It goes beyond that. Explains how it goes beyond.
Exactly. We want people to peek behind the curtain, to come meet us. It's kind of like if you went to a Beethoven concert, but Beethoven's not there. But in Musiqa and Kinetic Ensemble shows, you can actually meet the composers, you can meet all the collaborators, and you feel like you're part of the artistic process.
Yeah. And when you talk about bringing the arts, various arts together, what do you mean by that? So there's the music, but then what other things are incorporated?
Various times, different art forms. We've worked often with dancers, both Musiqa and Kinetic Ensemble. Musiqa has done a lot with neuroscience as well. I think you can speak a little bit to that.
Yeah, our last show in January was called Free Reign, and it was fascinating because we had dancers, musicians, and a neuroscience team on stage, and the dancers...
Is that what happens when you get Rice involved?
Oh, exactly. And we could actually see, so the musicians and the dancers were wearing brain caps during this show, and we could actually see visualizations of their brain activity. So the audience was participating in a real life experiment, and nothing like this has ever happened before. So when you converge these different, seemingly disparate mediums, you actually gain something greater than the parts.
Yeah, and this is, it's so cool because, if you just think about it for a half a second, everyone around the world, no matter what race, culture, country, whatever, you respond to music. and your brain just automatically moves to something, right? And then it's just such a great record too of where we are in society and just different cultures and the whole bit. But in this sense, what you've done is gone beyond that and just said, do what comes to you, right? And create what you want to create instead. But you're so right, I never thought about it really, with the classical pieces in particular, how much of it I played growing up that was somebody else's music. No one ever said, play your own thing.
Yeah.
It's like a classical jam session.
Yeah, and it's also unique to work. We're both musicians that get to work with these composers. So it's like, what if you could speak to Beethoven as you were working on his piece, right? That's what we have the privilege to do.
Yeah, and that's such an impact for kids, especially to be able to, who are just now entering that musical journey, to be able to actually talk to you about some things. You have the Kinetics Neighborhood Chamber Music Series, and what is that series about?
Yeah, that's a series that we host in really unique and interesting venues around the city, from Eden Plant Co. back when they were in the East End, to Sandman in the near North Side. And that's an opportunity for us to introduce our community to new places and introduce ourselves to new communities. And that is where we first got the start with The Stranger's Case, which is the piece we'll be premiering this Saturday night.
Yeah, that's the last performance of the season, right?
For us, yes.
Yeah, for y'all. And then just when people come, it's George Lindsay is the one that told us about you all, and he said, I don't know how to explain it to you, because you have to be there and you have to witness it and you have to feel it and experience it. And he said it was such an amazing experience to have. And so I'm gonna have both of you wrap up, just for anybody who's thinking, okay, music, I love music, okay, but like what you're going to experience that makes this so different.
It is, I mean, each show is different, but this show in particular is about immigration. And I think it's going to be a unique collaboration between us to explore and empathize with the immigrant experience.
Through music.
Through music and through text, through the text of these immigrant stories of people coming to the United States. And I think that's very important for us to consider right now and to process the world around us. That's the difference. When you get to work with living composers, is you get to work on issues of our time.
Yeah, well, as we say, music is the international language, isn't it?
Absolutely.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Austin and Dawson, I think Dawson and Austin, I think y'all should have like a crime fighting show or something, right? You can see The Stranger's Case, Musiqa and Kinetic Ensemble's final performance of the season this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. at the Midtown Arts and Theater Center, Houston. For more information on this exceptional live event, visit greatdayhouston.com and we will connect you.